So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video on the channel. I'm really excited for you to go through this video because this video is actually going to be an extract out of a Q&A call that I had with the Quantum Leap Ecom Agency community, the community that are a part of that program. Within the extract that I've pulled from the call, I actually go ahead and troubleshoot a student's email outreach process. And I just gave him some tips and ways for him to go about optimizing his current outreach process in order for him to generate optimal results. Another student, we go through inbound leads and really the nature of inbound leads and how to generate inbound leads for your own e-commerce agency in the best possible manner. And then we finish off with reporting for clients, how to construct and conduct your monthly reporting in the best way possible so that your clients literally love you and you generate a super high retention rate for your agency. So as always, guys, if you do enjoy the video, go ahead, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. I'm posting every other day on the channel. And with that being said, let's jump straight into the Q&A call. Hey dude, it's good to speak.
Hey Kai, how are you going?
I'm going well, man. How's things been going since our last call?
It's been going good and bad. Good in terms of I got the client, I got one client, so we've been going good in terms of we've been gotten like 20x ROI in like 14 days, so it's really awesome that way.
On the
And
ads?
so yes, correct. So
Oh wow.
we spent around £900 and we brought back around £18,000.
Oh,
Right?
Jesus Christ.
So far. So
Dude, that's
looking to
awesome.
level. Yeah. So yeah, and that was all mainly with your retargeting funnel, honestly, with your retargeting funnel in the course as well as um my team members, his
Yeah,
strategy as well, right? My
that's awesome, man.
my problem, however, in terms of
Mhm.
questions is that at the beginning I wasn't getting any sort of replies, but now I'm
Mhm.
getting like a lot of replies now.
Yeah.
However, I'm not getting any meetings, right? So what do I mean is that in your script, in your email script, how your first email, how you ask for a call, I
Uh-huh.
ask them if they like to see like a video audit, right?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like it's less demanding, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. And I've been tracking this month so far, and I've reached out to 247 and I've got 11 replies, right? So
Mhm.
I've sent out 11 looms and only 5 of them, they got back with me. They were interested and they were asking me for prices and stuff like that, right? And
Mhm.
obviously, I'm not going to say the price in the email, right? So I
Yeah.
was trying to push them in the meeting. So um, I replied back saying basically, yeah, that's a good question or whatnot, but it all depends on where you're at and so on. And they all open the emails like 5, 6 times, but they aren't replying. And I've like followed up with them and they open it again and they aren't replying. So I'm starting to
Mhm.
like looking at my data so far is like, yes, the audit, but it's to get them on the call. And my question is, how do you like what in your email do you like help evoke like emotion like in a way that okay, let me hop on this call,
Mhm.
and not make them procrastinate, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if I'm asking
Mhm.
if it's making sense.
No, no, for sure, dude. I get it. So first things first, like the two kind of things that for me, at least just listening to you speak then, the two things that was jumping out to me the most is the first thing is, have you tried asking straight away for the call?
I have when in the probably last month, and
Mm.
it wasn't, I didn't get as much replies as of now. Like honestly,
Yeah.
last month I had like 2 meetings alone and I closed one. And
Mhm.
this month I haven't got like a meeting as yet, and it's been like 2 weeks. Um,
Okay, so you haven't got a meeting yet this month, but you got more replies. But last month you didn't get as much replies, but you got two meetings.
yeah, correct.
I would recommend going back to, or at least testing again, going back to just getting, just asking for the meeting kind of straight away. Because at the end of the day, um, we don't want replies, right? We want
Yeah.
meetings, and it's the same thing for when we run ads for clients. That's why we, and this is actually a really good kind of correlation. That's why we only ever run conversion purchase ads in, you know, when we're, you know what I mean? Because I
Yeah,
mean,
for sure.
we don't run conversion add to carts because we don't want add to carts. You know, we want purchases. That's what we want. So that's what we optimize for. And it's kind of the same idea is true here. You know, we don't want replies. I don't care about getting, you know, 11 replies. I really don't, you
Facts.
know.
Facts.
I want meetings. So if I don't get any replies, but I'll get 2 meetings, well, that's gonna, you know, that's better basically.
Hmm.
So I would do that, man. And I would just start, you can even do like, you know, every other, right? So one email, you kind of ask for them, you know, kind of doing what you're doing now. You ask to see if they want to see a Loom or whatever it is that you're doing. And then the other email, the next email, you ask straight for the meeting. And then the next one, ask for the Loom, next one meet, you know what I mean? Just kind of split test it like
Facts.
that. But
Hmm.
I would 100% think about reverting back to what you were doing last month, because I mean, last month you got a client, you know,
Yeah.
and I know this month isn't out yet, but you get where I'm going with that.
Hmm. For sure. Okay, awesome. And just one more really quick, and
Yes,
I think
please
this will
go
help
ahead.
everyone as well.
Yeah, please.
I've been struggling like in terms of finding your initial IPB. I know we have the 6-step qualification process, right? But
Mm-hmm.
how do you find them effectively and like efficiently? Because I've been doing like, you know, the native Google search and all that, but
Mm-hmm.
I spend a lot of time just finding one, you know, good good um business model. Like sometimes it might take me 2 hours and I might find 25, you know, great. And then
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it might take me like 4 hours or 5 hours, you know, to find like
What, to
15.
find the IPB, just one business?
Yeah. Oh no, sorry. Well, the total reach for the day. So like, I like to hit out like 20 leads per day, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes in a day I might get like 20, sometimes I might get like 15, and
Yeah.
it takes like a lot of time. So like my question is how like I know there's the Google search, there's the my IP dot ms or whatnot, which I don't
Mm-hmm.
really like.
No,
But
neither. Mm-hmm.
is there any other way in which to find um leads basically at a faster
Yeah.
pace?
Well, first things first, are you doing like, are you finding a lead, then reaching out, then finally then reaching out? Or are you doing like one sitting, finding leads, then next sitting, like reaching out?
Yes, correct. So I'm doing one setting, finding my foot leads, and then I'm reaching out afterwards.
That's, yeah, that's weird because it's never taken me like 4 hours or 5 hours to find like 15 to 20 leads, to be honest. Um, are you really ensuring that that initial business is like highly qualified and they like tick off on like everything? Like if we're being, you know, very honest, are you like strictly following it, or is you letting some things kind of slip through the cracks?
Yeah, I am letting some things slip through in, yeah, in terms of like they maybe not running any ads, you know. So I'm like, that's
Yeah,
one.
see,
Or
honestly, dude, like you got to be really, really strict with it because, like, like literally, that initial business depicts exactly what follows. Um, and you know, if that initial business, you know, because you got to think, as you got to realize, like, you know, each and every point you know, each and every point really is only like viable if the other point is qualified as well, if that makes sense. So that you can't really just have one without the other, is what I'm trying to say. Because at the end of the day, you know, if you say for example a brand isn't running any ads but they've got 27,000 followers, right?
right.
You got to realize that those followers could quite easily be bought with like, I don't know, how much it is, like $500, $1,000, whatever it is.
Mhm.
Um, that's one thing. And even if you check the engagement, you know, you can get likes for pretty cheap. So if you just base it off of that, then, you know, they may actually be a terrible business, you know? So you need to then look at, you know, the content next thing, as, you know, and just go through the process, but ensure that each, like the following qualification point is qualified as well as the previous one, because that's why the process is so powerful. It's not powerful because one point's qualified and the rest aren't. You know, it's powerful because you need to ensure all points are qualified. And then from there, that's when you find a qualified business, you know?
Okay, man. So I was still more strict, honestly, because like at times I might see one with like, let's see, 12,000 followers, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and
Yeah, well,
I
yeah.
say, okay, cool.
I think and for the IPB though, you got to realize for the IPB, there's nothing can slip through. Um, like it's you have to be super strict with IPB, but then for the following, you know, that you find based on the IPB or whatever, if one is like say 12K followers, I'm the most lenient on the following side because I understand that some brands, you know, some brands are doing like 1 million a year and they've got like 2,000 followers on Instagram, you know.
Facts.
You don't really find it too much with the e-com because it is all online. But anyway, aside from the point, I'm the most lenient with the following side.
Mhm.
But yeah, dude, I think you gotta start to be a lot more strict because like that's why it's there. You know what I mean? Because you need to make sure it hits every point, especially for the IPB.
Mm. Okay, man. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course, dude. Eddie, can you hear me, man?
Yes, I can.
How are you, dude?
Great, great. How are you?
Good, man. Good.
Yeah, so my question really just stems from really your perspective on outbound versus inbound. Do you ever do any sort of inbound to generate prospects as far as like Facebook groups or anything like that?
Yeah, dude, I 100%. I actually do quite a bit of it, you know, building up kind of like a quote unquote personal brand on Facebook. Yeah. Have you seen the module where I go through like, um, is it a Facebook lead inbound method or something along those lines? It's in the outreach week.
I have to take a look at it. I'm not sure off the top of
Yeah,
my head.
definitely go through that, dude, because I literally lay everything out in that module. Um, and there's like some other stuff as well that it's not just about like literally just writing a post and posting in a group. You know, there's some other stuff that we go through that kind of not quote unquote like somewhat mandatory before you do it. So definitely go ahead and watch that module, dude, because like I literally show you exactly how I get clients through Facebook. And
Okay,
actually
okay.
the client that I don't know if you remember, but the start of this month I signed on a new client and they were actually through the Facebook, they were actually inbound through Facebook as well. So super powerful
And
way, man.
okay, so when I'm doing that, right, when I'm generating leads through like a group and
Yeah.
say I have like a post down and everything, so my question has been like with contractors, since I don't leverage my own case studies and I'd have to
Uh-huh.
leverage my contractor and like their expertise, would I just like ask the contractor for screenshots of like their results, or what would I need exactly from like a contractor in order to be able to leverage those results?
What, so you're saying you need a contractor for their expertise?
No, I'm saying like if I use a contractor's like expertise or their past work
Yeah.
to then go ahead and write a post about it,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
would I need from a contractor?
Well, actually, you'll see in that you'll see in the module, if you go ahead and watch it, you'll see that I talk about like I don't recommend, you know, I don't recommend solely doing that kind of method of the inbound leads method when you're just starting out. I don't recommend using, like you say, you know, using your team member or media buyers results. What I recommend doing is kind of doing any kind of outreach methods, and then getting a client on board, getting results for that client, and then from there you can go ahead and leverage those results that you get or that you generate for the Facebook group method. So then that they're actually your own.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I don't know if I've watched it. I don't know. I'd have to take a
Yeah,
look. So I'm gonna do that.
that's all good, man. Just yeah, as I say, go ahead and give it a watch because I think that's going to really explain and help you with your question. Obviously, a lot more detail.
Awesome. Yeah,
Cool,
that's
man.
it for me, then. Thank you.
Okay, dope, man. Speak soon. Hey, Darren, can you hear me, man?
Yeah, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. So I only have two quick questions.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So what's your opinion on, because I know you like doing bi-weekly calls with clients.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on bi-weekly calls versus a monthly report?
A monthly report in terms of like, just like a literal report, like however you want to structure and send it to them through like Slack or email?
Yeah, kind of like a couple slides just detailing like what's new or like results, kind of what's going on.
Yeah, I honestly, dude, I wouldn't go down that I wouldn't go down that route. I would do the bi-weekly call at work. Like, if you don't want to do bi-weekly, then you got to do like at least a monthly,
Mm-hmm.
because it's just like your retention rate will honestly increase so much. Because you've got that personal interaction. They, you can explain things a lot easier. They can ask you, they feel comfortable asking you, sometimes. And that's, for me, one of the biggest things. Like, clients, you'll find that clients, like, literally from call to call, they'll write down questions or they'll build up a list of questions, and they'll ask you on the call rather than asking you in Slack or however you guys communicate. I recommend it's
Yeah.
through Slack, but it's just because it's so much easier to just speak it, instead of like writing it out and whatnot. And so if they've not got that option, it's just like, it just doesn't sit well. At least with me, I don't like it. I like to have those bi-weekly calls. So I highly recommend that you do, man.
Okay. Do you think we could like integrate both and just do both?
A bi-weekly call as well as a monthly report.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, dude, for sure. The more you do, I suppose, the better. I mean, it's not going to hurt in any way. But if you'd want to do one or the other, I highly recommend it's the calls. But yeah, 100%. If you want to do the monthly report, go ahead. That's just kind of like an added bonus. And I think that's something as well that could kind of like position you, or separate you from the your competition and whatnot.
Okay.
Also, I'd recommend as well, like just doing like even just weekly, super small weekly updates as well in Slack. Actually, my team member, my actual media buyer, he records like Loom videos every week. He sends weekly Loom videos as well to each client's channel, just to give like another quick update as well. So the more you do, the better, dude. It's not going to hurt you in any way.
Okay, thank you. Just one more quick question.
Yeah, please.
So obviously I understand, like I'm only through week 2 of the program. I love it so far.
Yeah,
But
awesome, dude.
I obviously, like I know you always say, look at it in 5 years, not 5 months.
Yeah.
And obviously like staying consistent and just doing steady outreach is obviously key. But I want to hear your opinion on what do you think is the biggest like contributor to getting a 6-figure agency?
First of all, good question, dude. I mean, it's hard to put it on one thing, it's very, very hard to put it on one thing. I mean, I would say outreach, because I mean, if you're not doing outreach, then it doesn't matter how consistent you are, or it doesn't matter how, how solid your team is if you're not got any clients, or whatever.
Yeah.
So I would say outreach if I had to pick one thing. But yeah, I would say outreach if I had to say one thing, dude.
Okay, thank you.
Cool, man. Is that all?
Yeah, for sure. Thanks a lot.
Dope, man. Cool. Speak soon. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found some value, some little golden nuggets that you can pull away from this video and implement for your own agency. If you're interested in knowing my exact e-commerce client acquisition funnel, exactly literally step by step how you can scale your own e-commerce agency to 6 and then multiple 6 figures, go ahead, click the first link in the description. It's going to take you to a 60-minute free training where I break absolutely everything down and really just lay everything out on the table that has enabled me to scale my own agency to 6 figures and then all the way up until multiple 6 figures. So as I say, go ahead, click the first link in the description. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video.